The WBC is happy and praises Canelo's decision to go fight Rocky Fielding for the regular WBA title. And did he duck Jermall Charlo? We back. Goodfella Sports TV. Yeah, we in here, man. I definitely appreciate all the brothers and sisters supporting us. This name change over. Yes, it's Goodfella Sports TV now. No longer the Boxing Clinic. If you missed the last live stream we did yesterday, explains the death of the Boxing Clinic and the birth of Goodfella Sports TV. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Holding it down one time for the one time. Also, don't forget to check out Boxing 101 Early Morning Grind Monday through Friday. Right here on YouTube, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our live morning talk show about boxing. We'll continue to do that as well, okay? And if you miss it, you can check it out on the podcast. The link's in the description. All the Boxing 101 Early Morning Grinds are uploaded from last week, already onto the podcast. All right. So the WBC is praising Canelo Alvarez, okay? And I'll talk about that, and I kind of segue into the Charlo thing and my thoughts. We went live about this, had a few new guys on yesterday. But for me, the WBC just wanted to be in Canelo arms. They gonna support anything he wanted to do, as long as he kept that belt. And I was telling Jermall Charlo in these videos, man, it didn't matter, bro. I already knew it was gonna happen. They want to get that 3%, 2% out of Canelo's purse. They want to be synonymous with Mexico's biggest star, and they gonna jerk you around. Jermall Charlo made a huge mistake by taking the interim title and dropping out of the three other sanctioned belt bodies that he was ranked pretty high in: WBO, IBF, and the WBA. Okay, he made that mistake, but it's not shocking. Okay, it's not shocking at all. Canelo has never really fought the best. Okay, I mean, Austin Trout, Oscar didn't want him to fight him, but he fought him. He fought some solid competition, but every time he stepped up to Trout, Cotto, Floyd, Golovkin, Lara, it's debate. Some of them shits was debatable. Other than a clear victory, he lost to Floyd. He's never really beat an elite fighter and legitimately beat him in everybody's eyes. Okay, and they praised his decision to fight Rocky Fielding, but when I seen he fought Chavez Jr. at 164.5 pounds, Canelo looks super duper small, man. Super small. And I don't know much about Rocky Fielding, but he got knocked out by Callum Smith in the first round. Callum Smith is a hell of a puncher and a hell of a fighter. I don't know much about him, but I do know Canelo was super small at 164.5. Okay? Power wasn't there. Couldn't knock out a weight drain. Chavez Jr. And, I think him and Rocky Fielding, and I haven't seen Rocky Fielding fight, from that angle or aspect, I think it's going to be a difficult fight from the weight aspect and the height. Fielding is 6'1". Canelo is legit 5'6". They got him listed at 5'9". He's not 5'9". I seen him stand next to Crawford. Crawford got him by about 2 inches. Floyd is a little bit taller than him by an inch or two as well. Okay, Canelo is not 5'9". I tired people lying and saying that because they got it listed at 5'9". It's like college and it's like other sports. He's not 5'9". I seen him stand next to Terrence Crawford, significantly smaller. I seen him stand next to both of Charlo twins, 3 or 4 or maybe 5 inches shorter than them. Okay, I was on with Blue Blood Sports yesterday on 7A Sports TV. Okay, and he said he seen that's Canelo, and Canelo is a 5'6". So I'm telling you, from that aspect, should be interesting, man. And WBC gonna do what they do. I'm trying to tell you, it's time for these fighters to bond together. Somebody need to be the leader. OG need to come in, and they need to create their own sanctioned belt body belts. Okay, they need to create their own international governing body, like the UN for the entire country, and do their own thing. Cut these sanctioned belt bodies out because it's criminal what's being done. Okay, it's criminal. They don't need the WBC. Okay, each network can have their own belt, and they can just unify with other networks if they want to take it that far. But all the fighters get together and do that. But it's too much division between them, man. But it don't shock me, man. Like, Charlo is gonna get janked around. He better prepare to be taking take a step aside money. Okay, if not, you need to go request to get re-ranked and drop the interim title. Okay, you know, you walking around with an interim title like you a champion. You not. I would never put on that interim champion belt with that shirt or give me one of them medals. I don't want that shit. All right, you know, but does it surprise anybody that the WBC is praising Canelo Alvarez for this move? And they say, Mauricio Suleiman Jr. say, we approved this move for Canelo towards the end of the year. He's going to represent the WBC well. I mean, come on, man. He going to represent the WBC well versus Rocky Field in December 15th out in New York City, Madison Square Garden, okay? Understand his history. Canelo, I don't know if he ever fought out in New York, but I know he ain't never been the main event as far as, you know, him being a champion on the elite level. So, he wouldn't fight Golovkin in New York. He wouldn't fight Canelo in New York, but he'd fight Rocky Field in New York. And small nigga before we transition in. This fight is probably going to be on the Zone, or it's going to be on HBO. Oscar De La Hoya reportedly getting on the horn with HBO to see if they want to do one final card. It's been rumored they want to do one final pay-per-view card for Canelo Alvarez. Excuse me. About the point of him ducking Jermall, I mean, it is what it is, man. Jermall got ranked high by the WBC, moving up. And at the end of the day, he got the same race as anybody else got, if not longer. That's been moving up in weight, trying to pursue a championship belt where people felt like he deserved that rank. It don't matter. His race is still long. He didn't get a direct shot at the WBC championship belt, okay? He fought Jorge Sebastian Highland, and him and Hugo Centennial Jr. fought for the vacant belt. So his journey for the belt is just as long as anybody else, okay, that moved up in weight, and longer than some guys that were champion and moved up in weight. You know, he played himself. He was believing the WBC, and I just wonder where these fighters are heads be at. Do they know what we know as the media and as the fans and everybody in between, how corrupt the WBC is? I'm pretty sure, because he did an interview talking about how he been in touch with the WBC about the situation with Golovkin and Canelo, and you know, he says that you know, he's sure that everything will be fixed, and I don't know if he knew they were pillow talking him, man. All right, they was major pillow talking Jermall Charlo, and that's on him. And we already knew this. If we know this, it's public information that the WBC was going to jerk him around, especially if Canelo got that belt. So he made a huge mistake by accepting the interim championship belt and being and dropping out his rankings that was very, very high in the IBF and very, very high in the WBO. I think he was ranked ahead of Andrade and ranked ahead of Danny Jacobs, and he would have been getting the Billy Joe Saunders fight, or he possibly could have got the Sergey Derevchenko fight if Derevchenko would have chosen to fight him. All right, so regarding this Canelo ducking him, yeah, Canelo's putting it off. I mean, what if Canelo come back in May and we say he ducking him? Look here, Canelo's eluded being a cheater. Most people believe he cheated in the first Triple G fight, and some people still believe after he got popped for clenbuterol, like Teddy Atlas say, you know, he cheated in the second fight. That's what some people believe. For him to beat that rap, fight Triple G, everybody forgot about everything he went through in the two failed clenbuterol tests, okay? People forgot about that. And everybody act like he's this clean fighter. You know, everything is fine and dandy. And they flashed a little Men in Black red light. And everybody supposed to forget what he done. Everybody supposed to forget that he was Super Canelo going into the first Triple G fight. And there was speculation about that. Going into the second fight, he got popped for clenbuterol. You know, Teddy Atlas said after the second fight that he thought Canelo was on some shit. People glossed over that. So for a guy to elude so much of his career, a guy that elude the tag of being a juicer, and people forget about that, and people swear up and down they had never support juicing and boxing, but they still support Canelo Alvarez. They still support several fighters in the game that do that. Okay, and these same fans, the same fans that if another fighter, you know, on the other side or another random fighter did the same thing, they would be bashing them and stuff of that nature. So this is a dude that survived the tag, the moniker and the tag that forever be attached to his legacy of a guy that's a juicer, that's a cheater. Look at Billy Joe Saunders. All of a sudden that shit died down. You telling me the B sample ain't came back yet? You see that? All they doing is rearranging the money, giving Andre more money, and they gonna make that fight go on probably. So a guy that's cherry picked his career didn't get it the hard way. Canelo Alvarez. He fought Matthew Haddon for a regular belt. He fought Matthew Haddon, Ricky Haddon brother. He fought him for the WBC title, 154-pound title at a catchweight. He got a bum bash for his first world title bout. Okay, a guy that got praised for beating Angulo, who got praised for beating the old Kirkland. They both went to war with each other. Before that, Angulo went to war with Lara. Okay, got washed by Mayweather. Still got a 114 card. Couldn't stop old Shane Mosley. Had open scoring and they pretty much robbed Austin Trout. He had to fight out of character going out the stretch of that fight because how bad open scoring was. People forget about that. Couldn't knock out Shane Mosley. Couldn't knock out old Miguel Cotto. And most people thought Miguel Cotto did enough to beat him or at least demand a rematch. Okay, had a close fight with Golovkin when people thought he may be on something before the first Golovkin fight. The second Golovkin fight, he popped dirty. They put it off to September. He fought another close fight, okay? I thought he clearly won, but Teddy Atlas was saying he was on something. This is a guy that, so many negative things bounce off of him going to the sky and just be forgotten, okay? So you think people really, really are going to press the issue, put the moniker that he dug Charlo? You think that matters after he survived everything in his career? Everything he been through that and bounced off him and people done forgot and made excuses for him, it doesn't matter. In this sport, it don't matter. When you got the complexion for the selection, you all right. Okay? He all right. It's not going to be nothing on him that's going to damage his legacy. Fish nets, whatever. It ain't going to be nothing that damages his legacy, man. The Oscar De La Hoya going to make sure that don't happen. There ain't going to be no pressure on him or nothing. Okay? Nothing. So you ain't got to worry about that. Is he ducking Jermall Charlo? Yeah, but it don't matter. Ain't nobody going to put the public pressure on him. Everybody, his fans, going to give him a pass. They're still going to pay to see him fight Rocky Fielding on the Zone or HBO pay-per-view. That's just the way boxing rock. And that's why you got to support your own fighters, man. Okay? Don't go out the scope of support and support these dudes, these Fugazi dudes, but it's the boxing. It's a Goodfellas Sports TV. Shout out to the LDBC. And, yeah, we working, man. We working. We continue to work. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links updated in the description. If you want to donate, the PayPal link is there as well. And shout out to you guys for supporting what we're doing over here. Make sure you check out the Raw Uncut podcast every morning. Boxing 101, early morning grind, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. By the afternoon, all the Raw Uncut podcasts should be uploaded. All the Boxing 101 early morning grind should be uploaded to the podcast. You just hit the link in the description. Download the Castbox app or go to the website. You can sign up.